in 2 weeks when we have time to prepare and have a
something
reasonable
else on the
discussion.
agenda in 2 weeks?
I don't want to talk about it anymore. That's my
Well, you
point.
don't have-
She legitimately posed the question. Mr. Summers, I'm trying to go. This is a subject that I know people are passionate about. So, Mr. Summers, let's hear from you, and then let's hear from Ms. Lockhart, and then let's make a decision.
I think we talk about statistics and tests and assessments in mind-numbing detail. These people here have put together report after report after report on math and reading and differentiation in middle schools, and makes your eyes cross and roll back in your head. There are different ways that we can assess or even interpret. I guess interpretation is the issue more so than assessment. Different ways that we can assess how good or how poorly we're doing. I think everybody agrees, regardless of which side of this controversy they're on, that we're moving in the right direction. Am I wrong here?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
You're right there.
And we were going to talk about this in far more detail next year. That's what I thought.
Okay. Ms. Lockhart, Dr. Murphy, do you have anything to say on this? Because
well, I do have this to say. I mean, I don't remember, because the issue at hand are the SAT-10 scores. We've been presenting those scores for a number of years, and I don't remember in the minutes where we were told that we could not present SAT-10 scores. Just let me finish. On the website, what I did hear you say was that you wanted to use this thing called the Illinois distribution as a measurement of college readiness, and
Said yes.
we're doing that, but there wasn't anyone that said you cannot present the district SAT-10 items. The fact of the matter is that there's this debate about whether or not proficiency means anything. That's a lot of conversation about whether or not just because a student meets proficiency standards, whether or not we've accomplished anything with that. What we've tried to show is that over time, we've had more and more students meeting proficiency. Now, when you look at the SAT-10 items, yes, it shows that the achievement of students using the SAT-10 is somewhat different than when you look at the Illinois distribution. So we're going to have that conversation again, but I can tell you this, that we didn't get up from the table that night feeling that we were prohibited from showing what the district's test results were. The SAT-10 results are legitimate results that students in this district have obtained. We did not make that data up. All we have on that page is a presentation of a table that's already in the achievement report.
so, Ms.
Again, I will state, I will either tell you why I think it's highly misleading, or I will ask again that we put this on the agenda. You take your
Tell
pick.
us now. I don't want
You know what, Kim? I think that I am asking for an agenda item, and I think that is
I'm so tired of it.
So let's respect our board member.
Yes,
She's
I would
posed a
ask
question.
for that respect.
So let's all decide this. I mean, we can. Is there a way for?
I don't see there's anything wrong with having a discussion. If you have a board member asking for a discussion, we should be having a discussion. I too have the same question, so there's two of us that have the question.
But I also think there's some question about what the questions are. I mean, it sounds
The
like
question is whether the
but does it have to be at the board level where we have it, or maybe there's some information that we need to have that we don't have, that you both have, that we're ignoring? Or Tracy just said there's some issues in the community about us not addressing it. I'd like to know that. I'd like to know that
So
the
let's do
community
this.
is. But I don't know that I want to have it as an agenda item when we've already talked about it.
You know what? I am raising as a question. Maybe it's not about how we measured the district. I am raising as a question. If you have 3 tests, the MAP, the NAEP, and the SAT-10, and you have one that is giving you 20 points higher for many of the groups that we're looking at, and we're posting that these numbers, when we're talking about 60 and 68% being college and career readiness, and these numbers are inflated by 20 points, I'm not sure why we're doing that or who that is in the service of, and I would like to have a discussion about whether or not we are doing something that is helpful to our school district by, I would say, misleading